Alright guys, if you have not heard, shots were fired at Trump's National Golf Club while he was there. So again, someone is trying to take his life, or at least hurt him. It said the Secret Service is responding to a shooting near Donald Trump as he left his golf club in West Palm Beach, Florida, according to law enforcement sources. This comes after 2 months after what Thomas Matthew Crooks did at Trump's rally on July 13th. Even though it was outside of the area, it is still said that it was in the vicinity, that they were shooting shots his way.
Yes, just in, Trump was the intended target of the shot fired at Trump International Golf Club. According to CNN, agent opened fire on a man who was at the Trump International Golf Course after they saw what appeared to be a gun. According to the New York Post, officials believe the shot fired at Trump International Golf Club were intended for former President Trump. According to sources familiar on the matter, CNN reported sources said the Secret Service spotted a suspicious individual on the Trump International Golf Course, West Palm Beach, and opened fire when agents saw what happened to be the barrel of a gun, the New York Post reported. Senator Lindsey Graham says he spoke with Trump after the incident. Just spoke with Trump. He is one of the strongest people I have ever known. He is in good spirit and he is more resolved than ever to save our country. The following video can confirm.
So, I'll caveat this with this is unfolding rapidly, so all of this information is preliminary, and it may shift and change as we've seen before. But what we are looking at is starting to come into focus a little more sharply. So this is what we have right now from law enforcement sources who have been briefed on this, and it appears that around 2 o'clock, shots were fired at the golf course, possibly coming from the tree line while former President Trump was playing golf. The Secret Service identified the direction and the shooter returned fire at that gunman who fled. Witnesses were able to provide a description of an individual and a vehicle. We are told that a vehicle that is close to that description has been stopped by Palm Beach County police, possibly in Martin County, just over the line, and that they are holding that individual for the purposes of identification.
They tried to shoot him again. Are you fucking kidding me with this? So he was at Trump International Golf Club when shots rang out that were just in the vicinity of President Trump and his people. And when it first broke, nobody really knew kind of what was going on. It was almost written like there was a separate incident that was just close to where they were. But then CNN came out and said officials believe that the shots fired at Trump International Golf Club were intended for former President Donald Trump, according to sources familiar with the matter. And right before that, Junior posted that they had found an AK was discovered in the bushes per local law enforement, and the Trump campaign had released a statement confirming President Trump is safe, and he's safe following firing in his vicinity, and no further details at this time. The suspect has been apprehended. Nobody knows who the suspect is right now. It's going to be a long, long next couple months.
Anyway, so long story short is President Trump, they were on the 5th hole, they were about to go up to putt, and the way Steve Witkoff, now, just as a little bit of background, Arthel, I happened to go to breakfast with Steve Witkoff and another friend of mine this morning, and I was invited to play golf. They happen to be really good golfers. I don't have a lot of time to play golf, so I said thank you, but I'm not going to go out on the golf course and get cold out there. But long story short...
Yes, this person tweeted this. How the F did a man with a gun get in the vicinity of Trump to be able to shoot? The Secret Service is a total disaster. What a failure. It needs to be shut down and rebuilt from scratch. The Secret Service, in conjunction with the Palm Beach County Sheriff Office, is investigating a proactive incident involving former President Trump that occurred shortly before 2 p.m. The former president is safe. Just within the space of 2 months, we are now talking about the same thing. This will run for 1 month straight without any interruptions. What is going on? I don't understand. If you watch that debate keenly, you realize Trump said something like Democrats continue to call him he's a threat to democracy, endangering his life.
is that when they got on top of the president, immediately what is called a fast cart that I believe has steel reinforcement and protection was able to whisk the president away. And then the Secret Service immediately sprung into action. They had eyes on where the shooting had occurred. I saw the New York Post report that these were two people shooting at each other outside the course. I do know, and they did confirm that the shots were outside of the course, but certainly seemingly within range of the former president. So we don't have any details on any of that. They don't know that part. I only know the part of what they experienced while they were playing golf at Trump International in West Palm. Thankfully, the president is safe. Steve Witkoff is safe. The Secret Service apparently acted with incredible speed and professionalism, and but certainly alarming in every way imaginable in light of what happened in Butler, as you mentioned.
Yeah, of course, this is very alarming. And Sean, have you spoken to the former president or texted with him?
I have spoken with the president 3 times since this incident, and each time I got a new piece of information. One, that they had found, first of all, what happened with the shooting. The second thing, that they had found an AK-47.
Based on the reporting, what I've seen, CNN and other sources putting out, these people targeted him. That is what I know so far. I'll be updating you on what exactly is going on. If you notice, what I do on this channel is to bring you latest information happening in around, and I make sure to dig down to bring you, sources, videos, not mainly from the mainstream media sometimes, now going into something else.
I have been called a Trump alarmist for a very long time. They were wrong. I was right.
Worst polling Democrat against Donald Trump in history on national polls. No one is performing worse among blacks, among Hispanics, the worst performing Democrat in modern history among those demographics, worst performing polling wise among Jews. She is losing key factions of the Democratic base. Muslim voters, she's at under 50%, she's at 52% in the latest CAIR poll among black Muslims. She is not doing well.
For the same basket of goods and services, on average about $1,000 more per month compared to January of 2021, that we've turned the page on inflation. But American families aren't feeling that, to the point where the vice president didn't even directly answer the question in the debate. Do you believe that Americans feel they're better off than 4 years ago?
But here's a fact. He did get pushback from them. They did try to fact check him in real time, but there were numerous questions that she would not answer. And she did tell several lies and got no fact checking. So I think if you're going to lay down a marker that we're going to push back on these candidates, you got to do it to none or you got to do it to both.
So this lady is now threatening to sue him. Laura Slambima, after real-time host, insinuated she is effing Trump. I should sue, right? You take a look at this article. Bima lashes out at Laura during his HBO show Real Time on Friday for her claim that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are faking their romance to sway 2024 voters. I think maybe Laura in an arranged relationship to influence the election because she is very close to Trump.
My question, because Laura Loomer said, Taylor Swift, she believes, is in an arranged relationship with Travis Kelce to influence the 2024 election. I think maybe Laura Loomer's in an arranged relationship to affect the election because she's very close to Trump. She's 31, looks like his type.
So people can understand exactly what is going on.
And you look at polls on X when they've done, I think Musk might have done one. I think there's a few of them. It's like 73% said they're voting for Trump. Okay, yeah.
Kamala, she went for the handshake. Incredible display of the awkward tension that happens when your son is dating a biracial girl and you meet her parents for the first time.
They are angry that Kamala was not supposed to greet him. I've seen videos these people are putting out, like, why would she do that?
This is why I say, we shouldn't demean Trump supporters. We shouldn't call them names.
Trump has come in the spin room, just so you know. That has happened. Newly reported by NBC News, Vice President Kamala Harris has spoken recently and repeatedly with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
She could not do in 4 years. It is insane to think that...
You really want Trump to lose this election, right? No, you don't? Really?
So that debate was a bunch of BS.
Well, my friends, Kamala Harris deserves an Academy Award for gaslighting, deflecting. Of course she didn't.
We still have to have a controlled border, a secure border.
If you are over 18, please register to vote for something else that's very important coming up.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
Got Taylor Swift, as though I have that power. I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift.
Disconnected from the interest.
This is something that I know is right, and